5 important things most people don't know about HOA. If you don't know these 5 important things, you could lose your house. So before you buy a house, if you own a house, if you are thinking about selling a house, watch until the end. Make sure you follow all these instructions. What is HOA? HOA is Homeowner Association. Usually it's an organization that monitors and controls set rules for a neighborhood or a condominium like this. It can exist in many countries in US, Canada, Germany, UK, South Korea, Japan, Philippines, Vietnam, Thailand. Anywhere you go, you could find HOA. But it's more common in US and Canada and European countries. What does HOA do? Number 5. HOA sets standards and features of the houses or condominium. Like the color, if you look at the color behind me, the white color and the pink color, you will see it's the same in every tower in this condominium. This tower, the same color. This tower, the same color. So HOA basically set standards, making sure that everything is similar or the same, the color, the siding, and the roof. So it's really important that you make sure you know all these standards before you buy a house or a condominium. You can ask HOA, call them, or you can request for HOA documents before buying a house. 4. HOA enforces rules like trees, lawn, yard decorations, and parking. So if you live in a community where there is a HOA, make sure you follow the rules and make sure you trim the trees and you mow the lawn regularly, especially if you live in single family homes. Usually condominiums and townhouses, HOA takes care of lawn, trees, so you don't need to worry about this. But if you live in single family homes, HOA usually look at different houses once a month or once every 3 months, making sure that you have trimmed your tree branches and mow your lawns and there is nothing on your yard, or you don't have any big van or a truck parking in your parking spots. Absolutely, you can park any way you like. It has to be similar size, small size, sedan or SUV. HOA would not allow a big truck in the neighborhood. It's gonna look really ugly. It's gonna block everybody. It's gonna be noisy, and they have to set standards. So that's why sometimes my clients with big trucks, they ask for houses without HOAs so that they can park their truck in the yard, in the front parking spots. Of course, you can always find houses in communities without HOA, but it can be a little bit difficult. You need to have a good realtor to look for all these community. And remember, if there is no HOA, any of your neighbors can do whatever they like. They can design their houses, they can paint their houses different colors, and they can park their cars any way they like, and there's nobody regulating all these things. So those are the downsides of living in a community without HOA. 3. What do HOAs provide? HOAs can provide amenities such as swimming pool, a garden, office space, a playground, a gym, sometimes a golf course. But remember, the more amenities they provide, the more fees that you have to give. Usually, how much does HOA charge? It depends on the community and amenities that they provide. It can be from $400 a year to $2,000 a year. Sometimes you have to pay monthly, especially if you have a golf course. Of course, if you like golf course or swimming pool, a playground, a gym, you pay for it. But make sure that you are getting the value. Ask them how much you have to pay every year and check out the facilities. Do they take care of the garden? Do they take care of the lawn if you are buying a townhome or a condominium? Do they take care of swimming pool like this? It's really important that you are getting value for the money that you give. 2. HOA can foreclose on your house and prevent you from selling your house. It's very important that you listen to this and follow the instruction so you do not lose your house, or you may not be able to sell your home. HOA usually check their neighborhood once a month or once every 3 months, making sure that everybody follows the rules, everybody mow their lawn, trims their trees. If you forgot to mow your lawn gets really tall or your trees get really long, then they may send you a letter. After they send you one letter, the second letter gonna have fine. They're gonna fine you. If you ignore it, the third letter, there's more fines. If you ignore it again, all these fines gonna add up. They're gonna charge you interest for not paying the fines. So it's very, very important that you do not ignore any of the letters that you receive from HOA, and make sure you call them. As soon as you receive the letter, make sure you take care of the issue. You mow the lawn, you take care of the trees, anything that they specify in the letter. Then the next time they're not gonna send you the letter. But let's say you didn't receive the letter or you forgot, you can call them. Could you waive the fine? And if they waive the fines, that's great. Make sure you take care of the issue first before you call them. If you disagree with any of the fine that they impose, let's say you follow the rules, you take care of it, make sure you take photos. Of course, they're gonna send you a letter with photos, with the proof. That's their proof that you broke the rules. So just make sure that you take care of everything, follow the rules, ask for the rules before you buy a house, and take care of any fines before you sell your houses. Before a buyer buys your house, they check with HOA if you broke any rules or if you have any outstanding balance on your account. Make sure that you pay them off before you sell your house. If you don't pay them off, you're not gonna be able to sell your house. Worst case scenario, if you don't pay HOA fees every year, they can foreclose on your house. Some HOA do that. So make sure you pay them every year, or if they ask for every month, pay them every month. Are you a real estate investor? Do you want your house to appreciate in value? Do you want to have an easier time selling your house? Number one is very, very important for you. Some HOAs do not allow you to rent to other people. So if you buy a house in that HOA community, you can just live in the house. You can rent it out to other tenants. In that situation, if you are a real estate investor, you could be holding the house for nothing. You could be losing your money because you need to rent it out to make money, to get cash flow. Do you want your house to appreciate in value much faster? If HOA has a restriction on renting, there will be less buyers. Investors not gonna be interested. Then there's a less demand. So your house could potentially appreciate less or potentially lose value. I'm not saying that it's 100% for sure, because if you buy a house in a good location at a good price, it has good school, your house can potentially increase in value. But I prefer my house to have flexibility to rent it out. If I'm traveling around the world, I need to rent out my house. I can't just be sitting on cash. I can't just be sitting on a house that gives me nothing, and I'm losing money. Every month you pay mortgage. If you buy a house, you are losing money. Every time you pay mortgage interest. Of course, if you live in a house or if you rent it out to your relatives, that's something that you can do between yourself. But you can rent it out to other tenants. That's very important. So before you buy a house, make sure you call HOA, hey, what are the rules that you have? Can you summarize the rules for me? And also you can ask for the HOA documents. Read through them. Of course, it's a long document. It will be very hard for any normal average person to understand everything. So the easiest way would be just call HOA or just look at their website. They list out all the important rules in summary that is easier to understand. So if you want to sell your house back, and if your HOA has such restriction, investors are not going to buy your house. And anybody who's thinking about renting out the house, not going to buy your house. So these are the things that you should be really careful about. If you have any question, comment down below. I'm going to answer them. Like, share, subscribe.